You're here live with Coach Lew at Accelerate Life University, your #1 source for self-education success. XLR8life.com. Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew. Here's Coach Lew.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It is Monday morning. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lew. It is going to be a big week this week, and I'm going to tell you why. But I got a question for you as we get started this morning. Have you ever hit a goal or a milestone or had a big win in life and found yourself asking, is that all there is? Is that all there is to making $1 million? Is that all there is to, winning a race? Have you ever given a performance maybe? Maybe you're a performer, speaker, comedian, musician, or something on that order, or gave a speech, and you're really pumped up and you're really feeling good, and you walk out into the parking lot and like you're done, you're the last one out or something, there's nobody there, and you go, is this really all there is? Is this all there was to that? All this preparation I put in, all the excitement, all the build up, and that's all there is. Well, the good news is we've all done it, so you're not alone. Maybe too damn often we've all done this. That is the crazy part about it. And you've got to wonder why this happens. Hey Jeff, I see you out this morning. Jeff asks or says, I just can't seem to get past the feeling of none of it matters because of the economy. Oh wow, Jeff, we will address this shortly in here. Let me get into the show this morning, but stay on, buddy, because that is an important, very important scenario you just posted right there. I'm glad you said that or asked that question. You opened up a big door there. So we are going to address that because that's kind of going to go right along with what we're talking about this morning, okay? So you wonder why this happens. Why do you get this big buildup? You put everything you got into something, you hit the goal, and you go, is that all there is? Why? Why does this happen? Part of it is traditional goal setting that you've been taught is like setting the focus only on a result, on your outcome, where you're going to get. Now, as you're going to learn with me in goal setting, result is a target. It is an important part of a goal, but it's not the end all to be all of life, okay? So goal creation is result oriented and outcome as a person. What does it give you? What does it do for you? What do I have after I hit the goal is included in that. So goal setting traditionally is just hit the goal, set it, get it, boom, done, empty feeling usually. Goal creation is how does this affect me and create me as a person? What does this create beyond hitting the goal? Pretty cool, right? So before we go into how to do something like this, let's talk a little bit about what are some of the reasons you could hit a goal and feel unfulfilled, or have a win. This isn't only about goal. And you might be going, I'm not one of those goal setting people, coach. This isn't for me this morning. Yes, it is. It is very much so for you this morning, because everything in life is a goal set in motion. Okay, you might say that's supposed to be a cause set in motion. Well, it is and it isn't. It's a goal set in motion, because if you didn't have a goal each day, you wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't do anything. You might go, well, I don't really have any goals. I got to go to work. Well, you technically have a goal in the morning when you get up to get out of the house, get to work on time, and get there. Believe it or not, that's a goal process. Okay? You can't just go, I'm going to get to work somehow and randomly hope you get there. No, you get up, you eat, you have your coffee, you S&S. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, you might just S&S. Shit, shower, and shave. For those of you who don't know the sarcasm behind that one. But seriously, then you've got to maybe take your lunch, you've got to go out, start up the car, get on the interstate, bop, 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 bop. Okay, so there is a process that you're following even in everyday life. So you might say, I'm not a goal-setting kind of person, coach, but you technically are going through the motions of goals every single day, okay? So yeah, all right, so let's go with the reasons you could be unfulfilled by a goal. This is the not so much fun part, but an important part. Could be an impotent goal. Yep, use the word impotent. Impotent goal. You set a goal to get through the day. Well, that's not really going to pull you and give you lots of reason to step up, okay? So, all right, you set a goal maybe, all right, I want to make $100 today. Well, that's what you make anyway when you go to work. You get to the end of the day, hey, I hit my goal. I don't feel very satisfied. Well, why would you? That's something that you didn't really have to stretch to do. So an impotent goal. A goal that doesn't really drive you is going to leave you unfulfilled. And I have this discussion with a friend of mine that I bounce business ideas back and forth and that with. And she's always been of the mindset of, she says, and neither one of us are right or wrong on this, but she says, it's better to set a realistic goal that you know you can hit than set a mammoth goal that you're probably going to miss. And my mindset was, well, if you set a goal to make $100 today and you know you can do that easily, you're going to be unfulfilled at the end of it, or not as fulfilled. If you make 110, I said, did you succeed? She goes, oh yeah, you crushed that goal. I said, well, what if I set the same goal to make 2,000 today? And, and I'm used to making 100 a day. And she's like, well, that's outrageous. You're setting yourself up for failure. And I'm like, am I? Okay, I set a goal to make $2,000 and I get to 1,800. What happens? You failed. I'm like, the other person sets a goal to make 100, they make 110. They've succeeded and they have 110 at the end of the day. I set a goal for 2,000. I hit 1,800. I've got 1,800 at the end of the day. I'd rather get really close to a lofty goal than crush an impotent goal. That's me personally. And she views it different. Very successful business person. Okay, so, and I understand her rationale on it as opposed to mine. But to see the difference there is the potency of the goal. I would much rather see you set a loftier goal and get really close, and at the end of the day you have more. That's where the satisfaction comes in. But I do see the transverse of that, where she goes, okay, the satisfaction of crushing an easier goal for some people is more satisfaction than falling short of a lofty goal. And that argument will go on till the end of all time, because it's just two different opinions on the same thing. Neither one's right or wrong. So the other reason you might feel unfulfilled by a goal is it's an unethical or incongruent goal to who you are. Wow. This is a wake-up call here. Unethical. Well, if you want to make $100,000 this year, but you got to cost 3 people their jobs, and step all over people to get there, that might not give you a lot of satisfaction at the end, unless you didn't like those people. We're God's creatures. We love everybody. We can love everybody, but you don't have to like everybody, okay? I'm not one of these people that's going to be like, la-di-da, kumbaya. Okay, life is real, shit happens, ba-ba-ba. But, so an unethical goal is going to probably leave you unfulfilled. A non-congruent goal is definitely going to leave you unfulfilled. And you might be, well, what's a non-congruent goal, coach? Well, a non-congruent goal is one that is not congruent with who you are, okay? Again, if you have to do something that compromises your beliefs and who you are as a person to hit that goal, the chances of you being fulfilled at the end are going to be pretty slim, okay? Number 3 would be lack of a powerful why. Why do you want that goal? Well, because I want to make a few more bucks. Okay, that's not as exciting as, hey, my mom needs a surgery to save her life, and if I make this money, I can make this happen for her. And wow, that's a powerful why. Or, we live in the inner city, and I don't want my kids going to this school. If I can make $10,000 extra this year, we can send them to a private school, and they got a chance to get out of this neighborhood and out of this mindset. Well, that's a powerful goal. Want better for your children. Or you want to move out of that neighborhood. Got a little story for you. Years ago, I was 16 years old, living on the west side of Buffalo in this shabby little apartment upstairs of a bar. Okay? And I enjoyed this. I have no regrets of this part of my life. But a buddy of mine came over, who was, at the time I assumed was like 40, but probably wasn't really. But, he's an old dude. And cool guy, but let's play some video games, man. I'm like, all right, cool. Is this fun? A really good person. And we get to talking, and I'm like, are you gonna, you planning on getting married? And he's like, well, I date a couple girls here and there. We got these, I got a couple girlfriends, but nothing serious. And he says, he looks at me, he goes, why the hell do you work so hard? Because I work during the day, and then I work nights cleaning offices and everything else. And I'm like, well, because, I got to make money. So I just go to the mailbox and get a check. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, but, where's that going to take you in life? And he's like, I get to go to the mailbox, play video games all day, get a check once a month. I get to get high all the time and have some beers. And I got the life. And, I got 2 girlfriends, and they were both kind of skanky, but, I was like, well, that's not my view. I wouldn't want those kind of girlfriends. And it was just funny. And he goes, again, why do you work so hard? You could just have it easy like me. You're just a kid. You need to be living the life. And I said, dude, the difference is in 5 years, I'm not going to be in this neighborhood. In 20 years, you'll still be living in the same shabby little apartment you live in. I said, I'm not staying here. See, that was the difference. That was that why. I didn't want to live like that. That wasn't the life I wanted. It was the life I could afford at the time. It was the area I could afford. It was the amount of rent I could afford. And that was barely getting by. But, I was one of the few people that had my own damn car in the neighborhood. So what does that tell you? But I got out. And that was my driving why. Okay, it's just a little story, a little backstory. But I have no regrets because that taught me so many lessons. It was a tough time in life. It was hard and, not what most 16-year-olds should be doing with their lives. But it was allergy season here in Florida. Excuse me. All right, so lack of a powerful why. Anyway, that was a cool little story for you. Focused on why on what and not your why and your who. Okay? So, yeah, this is not a convenient time to be allergying. All right, so if you focus too much on the what of your goals, the amount of money, the house, the car, and not the why. Why do I want that convertible? Because I want to take my family out and enjoy it. Or I want to, if you're just dating, you want to take your girlfriend out or your boyfriend out. If you're a girl, you want to get out and drive in the sun, go to the beach. It's about the experience, not the car itself. And the who. Who am I going to share this with? I want to get this new minivan so I can have a whole van to myself. Or, this is great because I can take the whole family with me. I can drop the kids off at school. You see, the who and the why is more important than the what. Now, you got to have the what target. You got to know what you're after. But the who and the why, if you don't have that, it's going to again leave you unfulfilled. I got this beautiful car and no one to share it with. Okay, and you might be in a stoic moment where you go, I got this beautiful car so I can get the hell away from everybody. That's okay, you got a good why there. I got this nice little sports car so I can take a drive on the weekend and go clear my head. Now, that's a different story. Now your who and why is, nourishing for you, and your who is you. That's okay, all right? And the last one is no growth. Ooh, yeah, if you're not getting growth by going to your goals, you're going to feel like, why did I do that? What's it all for? Is this all there is? Is that all there is, my friends? Sound like an old song? It is. So let's make it an old song. Let's rewrite a new song. What's the cure to the problem? Reverse it. Go in the reverse of what I just taught you. Okay? Now the good news is you probably didn't write it down, or if you did, kudos, but you might not have been. You're like, what did we just talk about? Well, I'm going to give you the reverse right here. Okay, so number one, set big goals so you grow. You want something that's going to grow beyond just the hitting of the goal. Maybe it's made you a better person, a stronger person, developed a habit that you now have that you don't have to think about every day. Maybe you've changed your body in a way that you don't no longer need a medication or something that was, eating up your kidneys and liver. You don't know. I'm just using these as examples, but wow. Think of how big goals can make you grow. If you're 100 pounds overweight and you lose 110 pounds, that might change your health picture. In the long term, that's not just hey, look at this, my scale says less. What happened in the process of it? Number two, ethical, congruent goals. Do you have goals that actually benefit other people? That's ethical, that's good. Is it necessary? No, sometimes you have your own damn goals just to benefit you. But when you involve other people and it benefits you or your community or your world, everybody around you, wow, that's even a better goal. And congruent is a congruent with you. Okay? If you're somebody who, is spiritual and you have a strong belief in God and marriage, you might not have a goal to have 5 girlfriends. You might have a goal to have one wonderful wife. Just saying. That might be a more congruent goal for you. And these are examples. And I know I use some silly examples and some outrageous stuff, but I want to drive it home so that you go, oh, I get it, not, what's he talking about? I don't want the what's he talking about when you get done. I want you to go, I get it simply, because Coach Lou equals simplified. I was just going to say simple, but I was going to say that just doesn't really do me any good. It doesn't make me feel real good about myself. I'm simple. No, seriously, I am about simplification and implementation. Okay? Simplify and do. That's even easier. Simplification, implementation. Simplify and do. Let's simplify even that terminology, right? Let's do it. All right, so then you got your powerful why. Well, if you're doing it for your kids, your spouse, your loved ones, your community, your world, your creator, your God as such, that might give you more energy and more, at the end of it, more fulfillment than if you're just doing it only for me, okay? Not me, but you. All right, focus on the who and the why of the goal. I think we went over this earlier. You want that brand new car. Why? Oh, well, because I want a brand new piece of metal with four rubbers on it. No. Chances are it's because it's going to give you a feeling of something. So why? It's going to make me feel great, successful. It's going to make me feel more connected to my family. Well, it's going to me and my wife can escape for, a few hours on the weekend and go for a ride down the coast in this beautiful fast car, whatever. And again, that, oh, why and who? Well, so I can feel great and excited with my wife, or however, whatever those cases. But you see the examples there of difference in, well, I want a new piece of metal with 4 rubbers on it. Okay. That's okay. Any old car will do it. Ford Focus will do it if you just need a car and 4 tires and you need to get back and forth to work and you're just going to get through the day. Okay? How you get through the day and with who you get through the day becomes important. And number 5, huge growth goals. You want to grow. Realistic goals create weak people, weak societies, weak mindset. Outrageous goals create legends. Okay, the legends. Last night was the Super Bowl. Oh my God, none of my teams that I really care about were in there, and I was kind of like, blow it off. And it was an amazing game because instead of looking and going, well, I wish my team was in there, I was like, you know what, just watch it, see what happens, And I looked and I was like, my God, these players put their heart and soul. It was edge and edge the whole game. And it didn't matter who was playing, it mattered the mindset was that of victors, not victims. So we got a quarterback gets hurt in the game and could have victimed out and, oh, I can't, my ankle's bad again. Instead, stepped up and played through it and won. Okay? That kudos, that was awesome. So Kansas City rocked it, but so did Philadelphia. They absolutely both rocked the game. And that was amazing to watch. It wasn't about who won or who lost, because honestly, did I care as much as I would have if the Bills were playing or Miami was playing? No. But what I did care about is watching the heart and soul. Now, I was a little more partial to Kansas City, and they won. So, but I wasn't like, oh my God, if the Eagles had won, they would have deserved it just as much because they both played their ever-living guts out till the last second. And it was neck and neck till the last few seconds. So again, the mindset of the victor versus the victim. I don't think anybody walked out of that game feeling like a victim. If they did, that's their own damn problem because they all were victorious because they played 150,000%. And that's what makes the difference. So the other thing that we, on that mindset is life happens for you, not to you. If you start looking at that, now Jeff, this is a perfect time to address your question. Okay, if you weren't on earlier, guys, Jeff's question or comment was that it's very difficult to get in the mode with, all this economic downturn. It seems like there's nothing, it's out of his control, nothing he can do. It's kind of everything's doomed, right? Well, there are people making millions right now, folks. There are people living their best life ever right now. There are people that are super happy right now. And that's not only thieving politicians, that is people that are realizing that life is happening for them and going, what is the opportunity right now? Okay, we're not all happy with everything going on right now. We're not happy with an economic downturn, but there are people that thrive in economic downturns. And it doesn't mean they're taking advantage of anybody. A lot of them are doing a lot of good things for people and flourishing during this instead of sitting there going, oh my God, this is happening to me and this is destroying my business and it's taking everything away from me. Yes, fuel prices suck. Hear it loud and clear, government. Get off your asses and do something. Okay, there's no doubt. We have spy balloons flying all over, and we're not responding to this stuff in a timely fashion, and our borders are out of control, and we are literally spending millions and billions of dollars overseas and throwing away money while we've got homeless veterans in the streets and children in sexual slavery in every major city in the United States. Yeah, I call it like it is. It's not a good situation. But the reality is there are people flourishing right now and there are people failing right now. Which do you want to be? Are you a victor or a victim? Now, I don't want to, some people have been victimized by heinous crimes or, horrible tragedies. They have a little more to get through than, oh my God, we're dealing with a winter economy right now. Yeah, it's not fun. I'm not going to tell you that we're working harder than we were a couple of years ago. And I mean, we were working hard then for actually less net return, more gross return, but less net at the end of the day. And that was, we had to have a meeting about that the other day, and I was like, this is not exciting. But how do you make it exciting? You find a way to serve better. In the process of doing your goals, how can you, going back to that ethical type of situation, how do you create goals that go beyond yourself a little bit? If everybody did that, if everybody went a little beyond themselves right now, a lot of this would change, okay? So just get back to that. Life is happening for you, not to you. I hope this helps you, Jeff, to break through that. If you feel like you've got a ceiling put on you or a barrier right now, Bubba, you have got to bust through that and go, what can I do to change that? If your business is capped out because you only can do so much because of X, Y, Z, and some businesses only can innovate, come up with another product or service. And I'm assuming it's business you're kind of talking about there. That's from knowing what your question without putting out too much of your information or et cetera. But I get it, and a coaching session would certainly help you. And hey, don't forget we've got the goal creation workshop coming up, Jeff. So I'd love to see you on that. That's the 23rd of this month. That can really help you bust through some of that. I hope that helped you this morning, my friend. All right, back to the show here. Goals are not an end point. If you start to realize they're a beginning point to what's next, which eliminates the is that all there is. You see, all too often we look at a goal as point A to point B or point A to point Z and done. Okay, I want to lose 100 pounds. Okay, you lose the 100 pounds. Now what? Do you go back to eating like crap? Do you go back to not exercising? No, chances are you've developed a new you that's going to continue, and I would hope to eat well and to continue to exercise. And whatever it is that got you to your current goal, that you adopt that as a part of you instead of being an outside factor. It becomes who you are, that ethical congruent. That congruent side of that is, this is who I am now. I exercise, I eat clean. I'm not going back to the old way. Doesn't mean you never have a donut or a piece of cheesecake or a cookie. It just means you don't eat a dozen donuts like you used to. Okay, chicken wings is a good one for, you all know I'm from Buffalo originally. Chicken wing capital. Okay, but when I was 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, that age, it was a bucket of wings and a pitcher and a bucket of beer for two people. That was wings. That was wing night. Well, now you know what wing night is if I have wings? We split an order of 10. 5 wings with lots of celery and stuff like that. And you know what? Eat them a little slower and yum, wow. And this doesn't happen often. Maybe once every 3 or 4 months do I actually even touch wings. But when I don't sit there and go, I can never have a chicken wing again. No, I do it smartly and I enjoy the heck out of it when I do it. But you know what I enjoy more? Having the flavor and not feeling sick afterwards or for a whole day afterwards because I ate half a bucket of wings, 25, 30 wings, and a 6-pack of beer. Yuck. That's not going to make you feel good in the morning. 5 wings isn't going to really make a huge difference once in a while. You see what I'm talking about here? But I would not go back to being that person because I took off the weight and got healthier. I'm not going to go back to what did the damage just because I've hit the goal. It's part of who I am now. So it eliminates that, is that all there is, by not being an endpoint. And there's a secret that I am not going to tell you right now. And you're like, what? I want this. You're coach. I want this. Okay, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to teach you all the other goal creation skills in goal creation in the #1 secret workshop that is on the 23rd of February, 7 p.m. You want some good news in this wonderful economy we're in and everything else? Guess how much I'm charging you? $0. It's free. guys. You need these tools, okay? It is free. Get signed up today, right here, right now, for your free seat to goal creation and the number one secret. Okay, don't wait on this. And bear with me, I'm putting these in the chats. Okay, the reason for this, you really need to get a grip on the what, the why, the who, all the stuff we talked about today. That's why I call it goal creation. It's not goal setting. Initially, it was a goal setting workshop, and I'm like, yeah, but that is not enough. Goal creation, because you're creating. And then there's a secret nobody tells you about why some people are really freaking successful at doing their goals and creating what's beyond the goals, and other people struggle with smaller goals, and other people can just cruise through it. It isn't that they were born into the Lucky Sperm Club and started with millions, because everybody's like, well, it takes money to make money. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you know, when you make money, if you build upon it, that helps you go faster, but it doesn't take money to make money, okay? Some people started with nothing. Some of the biggest names you see out there started with nothing. And, you know, there's some fallacies to some of these beliefs, but the reality is the goal creation creates something that perpetuates. And then the number one secret is something that you're going to end up going, well, that was pretty dang simple. But the important part is you need to have this secret. And it's not the secret where you just sit around and ohm. Sitting around and visualizing, sitting around I'll never recommend, but visualizing is important. You need that clarity of a target, but you got to do all the action steps and everything, and then implement the secret, the number one secret. So I'm going to share it with you on the webinar. It is a workshop. It's more of a workshop. It's interactive. You can ask questions, but I really want you on there. That's why I'm not charging for it. Okay, there is a VIP version you can upgrade to that has some bonuses, but you know, you're going to get 100% of me for a good couple hours of really teaching this and digging into this so you can implement this stuff. Why am I doing it free? Number one, I want to help you. Number two, the world needs this. If everybody started doing more of this and taking responsibility for your own emotions, your own behavior, your own success, your own rescue. No one's coming to rescue you. You might be, you are, coach, you're bringing us stuff and helping us. I'm trying, but you got to take it and you got to do something with it. You got to participate in your rescue. But no government is going to hand you free money and free health care. Nothing's for free, guys. Okay? Even goal creation free, you still got to show up and do the work. You still got to put in the effort. You still got to use what I give you. So is the event free? Yes. Is it free in the fact that I'm not going to come do your goals and do your work for you, but I am going to give you the tools which are going to accelerate that. See? Accelerate life. That's where that came from. Accelerating the good that you already have, eliminating the things that hold you back, hence the breakthrough with Lou. Do you see where all this stuff comes from? This isn't just random, hey, breakthrough with Lou rhymes. Accelerate life, sounds fun. No, there's reasons for this because I've walked in these paths. I've walked in your shoes. I guarantee you, it might not be the exact thing, but I've walked through similar things and it becomes patterns and pattern recognition. And when you start to recognize patterns of economics, you can be more financially successful. Patterns in relationships, you can not get divorced for the 18th time. Just kidding. Hopefully I haven't been married 18 times. But, you know, these are things that once you start to recognize patterns and you start to implement goal setting and goal creation in your life, not as sit down and write down your goals and make them smart and this, that. You can get that anywhere. What you're going to get from me is stuff that really works. Stuff that becomes part of you, because the less you got to think about it on a daily basis and log this and check off that and all this, the more it becomes autopilot within you and becomes part of who you are, the more you'll do, the faster you'll succeed. And success is not just a thing. Remember, the who and the why of your success is like mega important. Anyway, guys, so be on the event. Get signed up ASAP. I don't want to run out of spots, and they are going. So get on. I want to interact with you. I want to teach you. I want to help you grow. And yeah, it's been a great show this morning, guys. I'm respectful of your time, so I want to get you on the road to work, on the road to your business, on the road to success. This is Coach Lou signing off. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams, guys. Have an absolutely amazing day. Be blessed. I will see you